So again, we can use these probability density plots, which are just a plot of psi squared, where the density of the dots is proportional to the density, the probability density at that point. So what we can say is look at each of these separately. So if we start with looking at the 2pz orbital, the highest probability of finding an electron in the 2pz orbital is going to be along this z-axis. We can see that right here. And in terms of thinking about the phase of this p orbital, the phase is going to be positive anywhere where z is positive. So we would say we have a positive phase here and a negative phase there. Remember, that's going to become important when we talk about bonding. We don't need to worry about it too much right now. We can also think about where the nodal plane is in this pz orbital. So how would we define the nodal plane here? What would the nodal plane be? So it's the xy plane. You can see there's no electron density anywhere there. And similarly, actually, if we're looking at our polar coordinates here, what we see is it's any place where theta is equal to 0 is what's going to put us on the xy plane. So another way to define the nodal plane is where theta is equal to 90 degrees. So let's look now at the 2px orbital. This is the probability density map. So we're talking about the square here. The highest probability now is going to be along the x-axis. So that means we're going to have a positive wave function every place where x is positive. What is the nodal plane in this case? So it's going to be the YZ nodal plane, or in other words, we can say it's any place where phi is equal to 90 degrees. So you can see if you take phi and you move it over 90 degrees, we're right here in the YZ plane. Anywhere where that's the case, we're going to have no probability density of finding an electron. And finally, we can look at the 2py. So the highest probability is going to be along the y-axis. It's going to be positive in terms of its wave function or in terms of its phase, anywhere where y is positive. And the nodal plane is going to be in the xz plane, or again, anywhere where phi is going to be equal to 0. That takes us to the xz plane.